something I know.
Welcome back to Live Miami at 11. There are many organizations here in South Florida who care for abused and neglected children. One of those organizations, JAFCO, and they're trying to make a difference among all the other ones here. Their mission is to care for these children with special needs and place them in a better place. Joining us this morning from JAFCO is Rebecca. We also have Wendy joining us, an adoptive parent. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you so
Great
much.
to have you here. So Rebecca, give us an overview of what JAFCO does.
JAFCO is a social service agency that provides a complete continuum of services to the community. So we do everything from preserving families that are at risk all the way through adoption and everything in between.
What ages are these children in your facility?
We work with children from newborn through age 21.
Wow, age 21.
Yes.
That's interesting because with the Department of Children and Families organizations, or I should say department, they age out at 18.
They do, and we have a transition program that allows them to continue to reside on our campus, and we help them transition into adulthood. So as long as they're working or in school, doing something to better themselves, we'll continue to support them.
Fantastic. And Wendy, you were one of those parents who walked in there and adopted a child. Take us through your journey.
Well, I became a foster parent 6 years ago, and I went through an 8-week training course with JAFCO. I was called to be a foster parent for a newborn, and I fostered her for 15 months. Then she got reunited with her family. Then I got called again for another child, and she was 3 months old. And I just recently adopted her on December 22nd, and she's now 4 years old today. And I also got another call from JAFCO for another little girl in January of 2008, and I adopted her in September of 2010. So both of my daughters are 4 years old now.
I'm sure you brought a lot of joy to them and them to you as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And Rebecca, what is the difference between JAFCO and the Department of Children and Families, the foster care homes that they place children in?
The main difference is that we're a private agency, so we're a little bit smaller, and the majority of our funds come directly from the community. So we do a lot of private fundraising efforts, and the majority of our budget is supported by the community itself. So we really look at ourselves as a large family, and as such we're able to provide a very high level of support to the families that we serve.
And protection to these children as well. So many times we hear of these horror stories coming out of foster homes. So with your system in place, you have more people working to make sure that these children are put in a safe environment?
Yes, we definitely do.
What is the screening process like for parents that are foster care parents?
It's pretty intense, actually. As Wendy mentioned, they do have to undergo an 8-week training program. We also do complete background checks, physical and psychological evaluations, references, financial assessments, visits to the home. So it's pretty intense, and we really look at every aspect of their life to make sure that they're as stable as possible in order to care for these children.
How are these children put in your shelter versus with the state?
They're referred to us by the state usually, so we are a provider for the Department of Children and Families. But sometimes we have families that refer themselves if they're struggling and they need a safe place for their children, and we're happy to provide that community, that service for the community as well.
How can parents or people out there watching who want to be involved and be foster care parents, how can they get more information, or what steps do they need to take?
The first step is to attend an informational orientation session that I hold once a month, where I go over the process in detail, and that's open to the public. So they just can call our office or go online to register for that, and that would be the first step.
How long has JAFCO been around?
Since 1992.
Wow, and in all those years, have you ever had a case, a negative case or anything like that?
We've been very fortunate in that we haven't had any tragedies or anything too outrageous, which I think is mostly due, again, to the level of support that we're able to provide for our family. So we've had our challenges and we've had our obstacles, but thank God all of the children are safe and happy.
And Rebecca, before we started our interview, you mentioned to me that you wanted to make sure that everyone out there understands that even though it's a Jewish organization, anyone can be involved, anyone of any religion or culture.
Yes, we were initially established to meet an unmet need in the Jewish community. However, it's our our pleasure and our honor to service any family that needs help.
All right, Rebecca, thank you so much. Wendy,
you.
thank you so much for being here and sharing your story. For more information, you can visit jafco.org. For Broward, you can call 954-749-7230. And for Miami-Dade, you can call 305-403-7015. Roxy, over to you.